All right, what is going on, good people? My good people of ICWP land, Baltimore Cold Show land. You might be like, I'm not a wrestling fan. I just like your football stuff. Well, I'm sorry, guys. But anyway, we're talking about the Wildcard edition of our Baltimore Cold Show here. The first round of the playoffs. It should be fun. Some of us got weeks off on the typical panel, Justin, and others got to play. We got to do our thing, but I'm hoping that just makes the Chiefs a little bit rusty, just a little bit rusty, coming into that second round. Nonetheless, we'll get into all of that here in a little bit. Real quick, while I'm thinking about it, be sure to give us a like, subscribe to the channel if you're on YouTube. If you're on Facebook, give us a like and like the page. Share the video, whatever you want to do. If you want to listen to us, everything's on your screen right now. You can see it. If you want to listen to us, you can. If you don't, then you can watch us. If you just love our beautiful, sometimes crazy, weird-looking faces. But nonetheless, we're going to jump into this wild card round. Should be exciting. Should be definitely exciting. I'm going to bring everybody in here in 1 second. But, I mean, I don't know. For me, I'm excited coming into the playoffs. I think Adam is definitely excited coming into the playoffs with their matchup this week. I think Casey could be rooting for an upset. I can see him rooting for an upset coming up, but you never know. But nonetheless, I'm definitely excited coming in. I want to see what's gonna go down. Should be fun. Should be exciting. How's everybody else feeling in terms of the playoffs? I think the playoffs are always the funnest part of the year, pretty much. Especially when your team's in it. It's definitely fun to kind of, be in the dance, as they would say. How are you guys feeling coming into the playoffs this year? I think it's always very interesting. There's always some intrigue. But how are you guys feeling? Let's start with Casey, because I know he was excited about Tampa Bay and. Maybe I should have watched everybody's fingers and where they wanted to go before I made my decision. But we're gonna start with Casey anyway. Casey, how excited are you coming into this whole playoff ordeal? Do you think the playoffs are the funnest part of the year? I think that's what everybody waits for, right?
I think definitely this year they're the funnest part, just because of the teams that we have in here. Except for that team that is not a dynasty and will never be a dynasty and is not a kingdom. Except for them, this it's. I'm looking through this, and honestly, obviously I'm a Colts fan, but any of these teams, I honestly would, I think would be cool to see make it to the Super Bowl. Obviously, I want my Colts to make it to the Super Bowl, but if we don't, I'm not going to be terribly distraught. Because there are so many really good teams that I think deserve to finally get there. Browns, Bills, anyone but the Chiefs, anyone but the Ravens.
You feeling okay there, man? It looks like you got a little something happening in the throat area.
I thought I had COVID. I got tested. I don't. I just, it's just getting over.
We look like the freaking Brady Bunch.
What?
I said we look like the freaking Brady Bunch. All right. Real quick,
if you move,
if you move up there.
Because I know, I already know Justin's thoughts on how he's feeling coming to the playoffs, but we'll get to him last. We'll save him last but not least, since they are the champs, and we have to at least acknowledge that for the next couple of weeks until they're not champs anymore. But anyway, Adam, how are you feeling going to the playoffs? I know you got to be excited.
No, I'm excited. Obviously, it's just a matter of if they can freaking practice more than just one day. Because they finally got to practice today, but it's a matter of if they can keep having negative tests, and then at least we'll have one more day. They've gotten some players back. I mean, the one in particular that's still holding on hopes for is Denzel. Because if Denzel's in there, the guy that he's going to be on the whole time is Juju. and you ain't going to be seeing those 40-yard bombs on Sunday. Despite those plays on Sunday, the guys that were in, Mitchell, Robert Jackson, Carl Joseph, they did pretty well. Mason had a halfway decent game and, threw in a bucket. So I give him props. But again, that ain't going to happen again. And for everybody that didn't see the clip from old Doo-Doo Schuster right here, that's why I got this name up here. If you ain't seen what he said, that was billboard material. So he's looking to get Von Belled again. Yes, everybody, national pundits, even people within the Cleveland media, is not giving us a chance. That's fine. It's all going to be put out on the table. They're going to run the shit out of it with Kareem and particularly Chubb. Jarvis is going to have the game of his life, and I do believe you will see, good Baker above all else. This ain't going to be like week 6. But
what? Oh, real quick, yeah. Adam, I do want to add. Why the heck can't Juju keep his mouth shut? He acts like the. What's funny to me, Adam, is he acts like they didn't lose 4 or 5, and for darn sure should have lost all dang on 5 of them. If the Colts could have held on to it, they would have lost. They would have went on a 5-game skid to go into the playoffs. Who the heck's ever done that?
Well, that's somebody from the female that hosts Good Morning Football put that. Like, I don't understand why there's this natural consensus that the Browns are just going to get blown out, and they may lose. But to say that they don't have a chance is foolish. But everybody's seems forgetting that this is the same team that had to come back from 17 points down to the Colts. If that doesn't happen, that was going to be 4 in a row. They lost 4 out of the last 5 games, and got punked on Monday night to a 3-win team. Apparently, everybody has dementia there. So if he wants to keep giving, the bulletin board material, by all means, do your fucking stupid TikToks with your little Corvette, and motherfucker. I guarantee you get Ubered to work every day. So hey, whatever. So it's going to be a slugfest. You're gonna see it laid out all on the table. Bring it out, whatever the bag of tricks that the coaching staff have for once, if they're going to be there, you're going to see it. They're going to unload. I will say this, just quick point before we go on to Justin. How is it we went through the season, everybody that had to deal with what they did with the Steelers, the Ravens, Titans, etc. There was the possibility of next week. It's like, okay, you just got to get through this week. I'm sorry, whatever happened. But you mean to tell me we watched Clemson and Ohio State with Kirk Herbstreit calling a game from his house with a setup that was better than NASA, and you mean to tell me you can't have a coach that can be completely isolated in the one wing of the stadium? There's only going to be maybe 2,000 people there, but you mean to tell me you can't have that set up? I don't know. It just seems foolish to me. But I'll put it this way: if anybody's not seen the video from Kyle Brandt of what I predict this game's going to go, look at Kyle Brandt from Good Morning Football today, and that's my reaction for this game.
Quickly to Justin, how are you feeling coming into these playoff pictures? I see he's found a Chiefs hat too. This man got all the Chiefs apparel today. He coming with all of it. All of it.
I'm coming with all of it, except, I'm not wearing my hoodie today, but whatever. Okay, so of course we have a bye.
So what I'm looking at, looks like that's orange. Are you being a Browns fan too this weekend?
Hey, you're exactly correct, because I like the Browns here. I do. I'm a Browns fan this week. Each week, you got the scheme of, Justin, I'm a fan each week of somebody else.
Outside the division, in the conference.
It's just different. Yeah, each week. But of course, we have a first round bye, and usually when the Chiefs have a first round bye, sometimes that doesn't really end up in our favor, like, because nothing's ever for sure in the playoffs, and the way we've been playing this season, like, we've been looking like really lazy. Like, we cannot play that way in the playoffs, or else we're going to lose. Because you You gotta watch out for the Browns, the Ravens, Bills, Colts even. Like, you gotta watch out for all these teams. So yeah, we're definitely gonna need to turn on the Jets in the playoffs here. We're definitely not gonna need to blow some teams out here.
No, the Jets aren't in the playoffs.
No, not no, we're not turning on dumb Jets. That sounded weird right there. Pause.
Wait a minute. The Jets didn't make it?
The Jets didn't make it.
That's what I'm saying. How did
that was my pick, guys?
I mean, they still have it, but the Jets still have a chance of getting Trevor Lawrence, though.
No. Hold up. You give me one good reason why the Jets are not in the playoffs. One good reason.
They're the best team. They're the best team.
You can.
They're the best team.
They are number one defeated.
Number one defeated.
Wait, no, that whatever. Now, in golf, if this was golf, they'd be killing people right now.
They'd be killing people. And the Chiefs would be dead last. Would that be? Because, with the least amount of wins, the least amount of points. No, but I think, okay, this is for the random. But since, don't the Jags have the first pick in the draft? Yeah, they do. And I heard that their new coach they might get Urban Meyer as their coach.
Which crushes me. It would make sense. But I don't know if people are saying that it's crazy that he's asking for $12 million. Why?
So Urban Meyer goes there and then they get Justin Fields?
No, you only snag that job if you're guaranteeing through the conversations that Chad Kahn and company saying we want Trevor Lawrence. You can hire your GM. You could have whatever you want in terms of player personnel. But the $12 million is not out of the realm. Matt Rule in Carolina got $9 million. What's $3 more million? And he's going to be down there for 7 years. So,
and who the heck's Matt Rule? Sorry,
but no,
the ruler.
But yeah, we're gonna need to do something different in the playoffs and stuff. Like, we're gonna need to not let these teams come back. Not be so lazy in the playoffs if we want to win.
I mean, it'd be a shame if y'all got down by 10 points every game again. In the y'all did that last year, and y'all ended up winning the game.
We did that last year, and we've been doing this.
So it's not like it can't happen.
Thank you, Texans.
It's not like it's not like it can't happen.
I go like, last year when I was watching that game, I go like, dude, we're gonna lose again. Like, this is, I'm just getting used to this. But no, but
must be nice for the defense to step up a little bit at the end of a game when you need a comeback. Oh, sorry. Is that me being petty? Sorry. My bad. All the money you put into the defense for them to show up when you need them to show up the most. Because my bad. Sorry. I'm a little petty towards the Ravens defense sometimes because you pay all that money for that defense, get no weapons for my boy Lamar, and then you want to sit there and blame Lamar because the defense can't get one more stop. Anyway, I do recall that we were down by one possession against the Chiefs in a game that was a blowout. And Patrick Mahomes scores a touchdown to make it a 14-point game. Anyway, we'll get to that when we get to that, which maybe will be next week, possibly. But nonetheless, let's jump into this Ravens Titans preview. This should have been on Saturday Night Football or Sunday Night Football, because I think this is the biggest game of the weekend in terms of what people are looking forward to. Because people want to know, is Derrick Henry going to run over the Ravens defense again, or is the Ravens defense going to show up? They want to know if Lamar is going to show up in the playoffs or if he's not. They want to know all of these things. Hey, Adam. Hey. But yeah, I mean that's the questions. Can Lamar win a playoff? Hey. Can Lamar win a playoff game? That's what everybody wants to ask. Even though, like he said in his interview earlier this week, there's some players, not only in his draft class, Baker, not only lead this draft class. There's other players that's been in the league for a very long time that haven't made the playoffs, ain't even sniffed it, ain't had a chance to win in the playoffs. But nonetheless, everybody knows I love Baker, so I can be a little hard on him sometimes. But and I hope this is the weekend that Baker gets his first playoff win as well. But we'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, everybody wants to know, 0-2, is it a big indictment? I want to remind you, Casey knows this man very well. I want to remind all of you, Casey knows this man very well. I think he loves this man, if Casey could love another man. Peyton Manning was 0-3 in his first 3 starts in the playoffs. People forget that. They played a little Chiefs game where, you want to see the bad games. The Aaron Rodgers game, he was 0-3. And that man is a bona fide Hall of Famer, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. And y'all didn't write my man's off after 3 playoff losses because he's a beast. Come on now. But anyway, I'm just saying. I'm not even comparing them. I'm just saying the situation is similar, But nonetheless, everybody wants to know what's going to happen in this game. And for me, I think everything is completely different. It looks different. Like the Ravens offense looks different. I think Dez Bryant has just given them some sort of spark that they really needed. Another form of that veteran leadership. Mark Ingram is as healthy as he's been since last year's playoff game. Not to say he'll get a lot of carries, but having him there just in case, I think is just huge. His leadership, the amount of times, I don't know how many of you guys watch Wired. Of course, I don't know if you guys would watch Ravens Wired, but you see different things in Wired that a lot of people don't get to see. And I saw after Hollywood Brown dropped 4 passes on Monday Night Football against the Cleveland Browns and came back and caught that touchdown, Mark Ingram was the first person to say, you go through adversity and you come back stronger from it. And I'm like, this man, I would pay him just to be on the sidelines and be a friggin' leader at this point, because he's so huge as a leader, and a selfless guy. But nonetheless, my hope is, I think this team is completely different. My hope is they come in focused, and they absolutely blow the freaking doors off the Titans. I hope the Titans have to go back to Tennessee. Well, go back a couple miles to home, because it's, of course, in Tennessee. I hope they have to go back with their tails between their legs, because it's not like the Ravens can't blow them out. Number one, you got to finish like you've been doing the last couple of games. You got to finish your drives. You got to finish on defense. You will be fine. You're not going to shut down Derrick Henry. He's Derrick freaking Henry. But you can hit him. I watched somebody posted a clip on the Ravens subreddit that was Deshaun Elliott blowing up Derrick Henry. Everybody's got to have that mentality. And if you don't want to blow him up, wrap him up and wait for your help to come. Wait for all those other guys to come and finish him off. He's huge. I know. The man looks ridiculous. He's freaking huge. He's the rushing champ. 2,000 yards. He's my MVP. Okay? The man is ridiculous. I completely understand it. But slow him down. Make him tired. Don't let him make you tired. You make him tired. I think this will be the game where Dez has I'm not gonna say a big game, but I think he's gonna have a big catch. It's either gonna be a touchdown or a really big first down, one of those jump ball type throws that the Ravens have not been able to capitalize on because they didn't have a big jump ball type guy. I think Miles Boykin is gonna have a huge playoffs. I think the defense is gonna play well. I think Mark Andrews is gonna score in this game. I think they're gonna stick to what they know. If the Titans go up on them, I don't think they're gonna waver. Because what happens is, what happened in the playoff game against the Chargers, what happened in the playoff game against the Titans, is the Ravens wavered. They started pressing. They're like, you know what, I got to get this big play. I got to get this big play. You're the best rushing offense in the league. Nobody can stop you running the football. Not the number 1 ranked defense in the Pittsburgh Steelers. Not the number 6 ranked defense in the Giants. It was one more. The Colts were really good. That was the other one. The Colts were a really good rushing defense, and you stuck with it even when the Colts punched you in the mouth in the first half. You stuck with it and you stayed with it. Do that. That's the way you win these football games. Grind it out. Eventually, it'll turn around. Patrick Mahomes knows more better than any of us. Eventually, it'll turn around. Wear them down. The Titans defense is not that good. Lamar, you don't have to do everything. But if it's there, take it. I've been watching a couple of videos on that Titans game. He was sitting and sitting and sitting and sitting and sitting in the pocket. Yes. Keep him on the sideline. Time of possession is huge. He was sitting and waiting for somebody to come open. But I think from that game to this game, and even that game against the Titans earlier in the year, he's been more prone to take what's in front of him instead of waiting for somebody to get open because nobody's going to get open. Sometimes he's forcing people to get open because he's moving out of the pocket a little bit more too. So I think that's huge. I think this team that I've been watching the last couple of weeks, is completely different from the team that played the Titans earlier. It's completely different from the team that played the Patriots. It's completely different from the team that played the Chiefs. I think that you don't have to get it all in one chunk. But eventually those big plays in the run game are going to come because you're just going to wear people down, and the Titans know that better than anybody. Also, last point, stay disciplined. I think the Ravens win this one. And I don't want to put too much stock on the Ravens blowing them out because I think that's a tough task to do in the playoffs. It's happened before, but it's a tough task to do in the playoffs. But I would not be surprised if the Ravens convincingly came into this game with revenge on their minds, and not like a blind rage revenge, but more of a revenge that's like, we're going to go and take care of business and get this done. They did it to
check off the boxes, right?
Right. They did it to the Patriots that year they won the Super Bowl. The Patriots beat them the year before in absolutely heartbreaking fashion, and they absolutely came and blowed the doors off of them the next year. So I think this is going to be similar. I think they're going to come in focused, but not blood rage, gotta make every big play focused as in execute your game and play your game properly like you should have been doing the entire season. But nonetheless, for some reason, my last point, I like this Ravens team. I love 14-2. It's fun. It's exciting. You're dancing. You're having fun. You're getting down. You're jiggy with it. But the underdog Ravens team is one of the most dangerous Ravens teams that you'll see. The team that's doubted, the team that's back against the wall. I don't know why they like it like this, but they do. They love the back against the wall, gotta push, gotta scratch and call to do it. I think this is going to be a big playoff win for this team, and it's going to set up other playoff wins coming up here soon. But nonetheless, we'll get more into that later. Of course, I'm going with the Ravens. Like I said before, I think they win convincingly. They get their revenge. I think the Titans are going to even overlook the Ravens a little bit in this one because they feel, albeit the Ravens still, ironically enough, lost 2 straight games to the Titans, are still favored in this game. I think the Titans are going to come in as if they are favored in this game, and they're going to lose this game. Ravens win this game. Let's go to Casey. By the way, you're muted.
Me?
Casey. Yes, you, Casey. I mean, you're the only Casey we got on the panel tonight.
No, it's Cassie.
Oh, Chase. My bad.
I didn't hear.
Wrong name, Chase. Sorry. That's on me. That's me. My fault.
Your audio keeps messing up again and it cuts out. So yeah, at least for me it does. I really want to go with the spiteful pick and just get the Ravens out right away. But I think
Casey, if it's Ravens Chiefs in the second round, what you gonna do? Who you gonna pick, man? I gotta know. He said the refs.
We'll get to that when we get to it. All right. But I'm going with the team that we used to play in their city.
For those who don't know, that's the Ravens. But nonetheless, let's go to Patrick Mahomes. All right, Justin.
It's gonna be one of the best games of the weekend, in my opinion. Here, I think this is when the Ravens, they start checking off them boxes. They start getting some revenge games here. After what happened early on in the season, them losing. Did they lose early on in the season? Yeah, they did to the.
Yep, they lost to the Titans, the Steelers, and the Chiefs. Not saying I want it like that, but.
So I think that, and they're saying, oh, Lamar Jackson, he's, is it 0-2 or 0-3 in the playoffs? 0-3.
0-2.
0-2. Yeah, they're saying he's 0-2 in the playoffs. He can't win, and he's like you said, that underdog feel, and. Listen, when everybody gets into the playoffs, basically everything's wiped clean. Everybody's 0-0. It's a whole new season basically, and the Ravens they're looking pretty good here. So, give me the Ravens here.
All right. Last but certainly not least, Adam.
On paper, it's a whole new season, but you got to think about injuries. You got to think about fatigue. You got to think about COVID.
Hey, I mean, the Giants did sneak in, and they beat them Tom Brady-led Patriots, I tell you.
Sorry. Yes, indeed. As much as I want to do the spiteful pick, I'm gonna pick the Rat Birds as well.
The Fat Birds.
Here's the evolution with Lamar. I give him a pass on that loss to the Chargers his first go around. He was filling in for Flacco and he went on that run, but it was still in his infancy because he strictly was doing everything on talent alone. Last year he's the MVP, riding high. Titans got the best of him. They come into this season, face the Titans. I'm thinking, okay, that was one time deal. All right, they're going to get it back, and they get handled again, and that's where the I'm never picking the Ravens came from until today. but here's
but what if they lose this game here? Then you go back to that,
and that's the thing. And that's the thing. Like, this is a prove it game for Lamar because really, I look at your 0-1 again. The first year, it was what it was. They had just played the Chargers a couple weeks prior, then they game planned for him. So that's all coaching. This time, and a big reason, because I think these teams are mirror images of each other. I mean, Tennessee doesn't have a bunch of running backs, but they have the one stout stud running back, Del Cal and Derrick Henry. But this is what it's going to come down to: special teams. John Harbaugh is a special teams guy. Who does he have in his back pocket that is arguably the best ever? Justin Tucker. It comes down to that. Whatever, it's a no-brainer. So I do think this is going to be like a 20-17, 23-20 type game from the foot of Justin Tucker. So and I think John Harbaugh's still pissed about what happened in that game, especially the pregame with Vrabel and those two jaw-jacking and him going to Malcolm Butler. Yeah, Harbaugh ain't forgetting that silent assassin type. So, yeah, I'll give me a poopy pants Ravens.
Yeah, I'm excited about this one. I've been thinking about this one all week. I hated that that's on Sunday because that means I gotta wait a whole another day before it comes. But nonetheless, I guess
I feel
right. But definitely should be fun. I'm definitely excited. We'll get into our second round type. So try to remember your picks if you can, or I guess I'll try to bring up the whole bracket or something so we can kind of see what's up. But let's jump into the Colts and the Bills game, which I think is a very interesting game. Everybody's like, even who was it? Was it Adam Schefter? Schefter tweeted that Bills by 1,000,000 or something like that. Like, everybody's like, the Colts can't win this game. The Colts can't win this game, and that's literally been like the story of their season. That's been the entire story of that season. They can't beat this team. They can't beat that team. They can't beat that team. They're not that good. They're not as good as they look. Their defense is good, but is Phillip Rivers that good? Then Phillip Rivers plays well, but The entire season's been like that.
Carson Wentz is not in the playoffs. Come on now.
Right. But I feel like the Colts have been kind of underdogs all year long. I think they've been relatively consistent for the most part. I mean, they've been a pretty consistent team this year, but I think they've had some trouble finishing games. They've had some second half adjustments come back and bite them, stuff like that. I really want to pick the upset here because I just think it's brewing a little bit. I think I've been saying that the Bills are due for a loss at some point. And the Bills have looked good, but I still wonder if I can trust them. They remind me a lot of the Saints. They remind me a lot of the Saints, and who's the other team? The Packers without a bad loss somewhere in there, because of course the Packers had the bad loss against the Vikings. They had 2 bad losses this year, and then they had the Saints looked pretty bad on Monday Night Football. I think it was when Michael Thomas was first out. They looked like they couldn't move the ball to save their lives.
Should have lost.
Yeah, right.
They should have lost to the Chargers.
Right. So, I mean, this game to me is so interesting. I think it's literally a coin flip because I think that the Colts are a solid team. I think the defense is very solid, and I think if Phillip Rivers can protect the ball, I think they're a dangerous out for the Buffalo Bills. But I'm going to go with the safe pick, I guess, and go with the Bills. Maybe that's because I kind of want to see the Chiefs next week. But I don't know. I'm going to go. I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Bills. Let me go with the safe pick. I'm going to go with the safe pick and go with the Bills. But like I said, either way, this is one of those any given Sunday type games, I feel like. So I think this could go, either way, to be honest. I'm not picking the Bills by a million. Let's go to Justin.
This is going to be a very interesting game here. I mean, this is actually our one pick here. I mean, last week when I was watching that Colts and Jaguars game, I thought the Colts were going to let the Jaguars back into that because they were in it for like the longest of time. I go like, man, nobody could score here, and then Phillip Rivers, they finally, it was towards the end of the game, they finally started to cook up something here. Because I was hoping that the Dolphins would make the playoffs, but you know how it is. So I'm going to go with a spiteful pick here. I'm going to go with the Bills to win here. Because you guys, I told you guys to lose to the Jaguars. Man.
All right, Adam.
No, this ain't gonna be anybody by a billion at all. The Colts defense has the firepower to stop Josh Allen. Colts have the better running attack with Hines and Taylor, so that's an X factor. And Bills haven't faced anybody like the Colts all year. This all is going to come down to the quarterback play.
Adam, that's a great point. Real quick on that, who have the Bills faced this year? I haven't seen. I know they had a couple of good games on their schedule in terms of good teams, and of course they lost the game to the Hail Murray. They lost in that one. They probably shouldn't have lost that. But I don't feel like they played anybody that's worth a darn on defense.
Well, they took the manhood from the Seahawks. Now the Seahawks are the Seahawks, but that was big just because given them taking it to rest. But again, Seattle's defense is terrible, real bad, and they were in a dogfight with the Jets, which is why I said, is the Bills starting to become a mirage? Because that was just field goal all day. Especially how the Bills finished, you would think that they would have blown the doors off of them. But again, as you said, it's any given Sunday. I'm trying to think of what else. Didn't they lose to the Chiefs?
Yeah, they lost to us. Yeah, it was a good game.
Yeah, I was going to say I remember.
And the weather played in with that also, and it was like another close game for the Chiefs also.
Right.
They
Right,
could
and
have easily beat us.
right, and that was the other thing I was going to say too. Is as much as I love Philip, he's never the cold weather has never been kind to him either. And him playing in San Diego and then going to a dome, like so he's not constantly under that type of playing conditions. So which is why again you're not going to be seeing him chucking it left and right. So Frank Reich is going to have to be real creative with his play calling, particularly like I better see Hines and Taylor in the backfield all day to confuse them. And T.Y. Hilton is starting to steamroll into getting back to full form. He's not what he was before, but he was at least getting healthy and starting to become more involved. I think as much as I want to see an upset here, whatever that again, this is another thing where I just think this is just comes down to just pure athleticism from the Bills. I mean, they took Miami's lunch money from them this past week. Called the dogs off at halftime and still won by 30. That was insane. And I'm not saying it would have been that with Fitzpatrick, but I still think it would have been a very easy win for them, but not giving up 56 points. But yeah, I will go with the Bills here, and I don't think it would be a complete shock if the Colts won, just because again I think their defense is that good. But this is going to be a slugfest. But I just think the Bills are going to have a little bit of added momentum of how they finish the season, and they're finally going to have fans in the stands for the first time this year. So, yeah,
Well,
give me the Bills.
And two, I don't, like I said before, I don't feel like Josh Allen's faced pressure all year in terms of like pass rush pressure. I mean, this might be the best pass rush he's going to, see with Justin Houston and DeForest Buckner. I mean, this could be the best pass rush he's going to see. So I'm interested to see what's going to happen if this pass rush does get after him. If they kind of
pass Leonard and Buckner, so that middle ain't going to be just free for him to run. So they're gonna have to get him moving in the pocket a lot.
Exactly, and like if he takes a couple of hits, I wonder what happens. I also I mean people some people are already not trusting Josh Allen as a quarterback already, even though he's had a pretty successful season. I wonder if he loses the playoff game, what they're going to say, because Josh Allen is another one of those like project quarterbacks, which everybody's a project quarterback. Like, he's one of those project type, what they call a project quarterback that people don't trust. So I'm wondering what'll happen if he does lose this playoff game. Are they going to, I mean, I know they're not going to hold him to the same standard as Lamar because, I mean, good Lord. But I wonder I wonder what they'll say about him because they've always been hard on Josh Allen. To this day, they're still like, I don't know if the Chiefs can, I mean, not the Chiefs. I don't know if the Bills can win 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 playoff games. They're still at at that point as well as the Bills have looked this season. But nonetheless, let's kick it to, what is that, Down with Chef's Kingdom? Casey?
This is Down with the Chiefs Kingdom. They're going down. They're going down. This is really hard because obviously the fan in me is picking the Colts, but if like Adam said, you have to think about all of the things going into the game. Rivers really isn't used to playing in cold weather, and other than like Green Bay, Buffalo is one of the most brutal places to play, especially depending on what time of year. And in January, from personal experience, I've been to a game in January, late December in Buffalo, and it sucks. It absolutely sucks. Especially when they take Peyton out at halftime and put Curtis Payton. Anyway, I'm not mad still. I don't. It's fine. I've gotten over it. It's fine. No, but I think just from that, I really think the Bills are going to squeeze this one out, just with the elements, just with, you know, um, not being used to playing in that type of cold weather. I mean, with his experience, yeah, he obviously has the experience, but he went from San Diego to a dome, and even in San Diego, I don't think he really played many really cold weather games at all. So I think that gives the Bills the edge, and I think they're gonna take it. I really do. I hope we win, but honestly, if I'm thinking honestly, I think the Bills take this one.
Alrighty. Let's get to the last of our teams on the docket here. The Chiefs automatically win because they're on a bye, but the Browns and the Steelers, the rematch for the ages. I'm excited about this one. I'm not going to talk too much because I want Adam to kind of give his feel, of everything with this one, and Doo Smith Schuster and all of his shenanigans. Considering they were they lost 4 or 5 games as of late. Should have lost to the Colts, but they somehow snuck out that one. Adam, how are you feeling going into the Browns Steelers game this weekend?
Again, despite all the adversity, and by the way, as much as you're right, again, the Steelers did us a favor by winning that game, because since we lost to the Jets, that still kept us alive. But the Steelers cannot run the ball. Their offense does not scare me with Big Ben in there, just for the simple fact of, again, everything is going to be short, and Miles is going to be getting in the backfield like his hair is on fire. Yes, they do have Pouncey back in. Yes, they do have Watt back in. Yes, they do have Hayward. But they're not going to have Devin Bush. He's been out for the year. They're not going to have Hayden. They're going to have Ebron. Whatever. Just for the simple fact that there's that much push, that much push for us to lose this game. Again, you're going to get 1,000% from all those guys on this Sunday. You're going to see a steady diet of Nick Chubb. You're going to see a steady diet of Kareem. You're going to have. I think you're going to have guys ball out on defense. Jacob Phillips was a madman last week. He played out of his mind, eliminating the edge, whether it was Snell, McFarland, or Connors. It doesn't matter. They got B.J. Goodson back, which is big, mega big, and Sendehos back in. For everybody that's been smack talking Sendejo, again, he wasn't meant to be the starter this year, but he has played about 90% of the snaps this year. Now, if they can somehow correlate it to where you could have Carl Joseph at free safety and Sendejo in the box, that would make me happy, because Sendejo sometimes being out of position, but he hits like a Mack truck. And I guess you're going to see the physical aspect of it. And again, like I said, this is going to be, you're going to see a Matt Baker being with his backing up against the wall, facing the same team again. And I have all the faith in the world in this coaching staff, despite Stefanski not being there. But Alex Van Pelt, Prefer being at the helm, and everybody in line, whatever, though, they have had this contingency plan in line since the season started. If this happens, Preef's going to be calling the shots. They have that chemistry from when they were in Minnesota, and Alex Van Pelt and Baker have that relationship from Baker's footwork and still understanding the jargon going into these games. So, and the O-line, this will be the best game the O-line played all year, because Joel Bitonio, 7 years with the team, and is not going to be able to play. So you're going to see a motivated line to be physical with that front, and they're going to need to be with Hayward and company, and with Watt on the edge. So, like I said, watch that Kyle Brandt video. Browns 24, Steelers 23. Let's get it.
I like it. I like it. I want. This is hard for me because on one hand, of course, if the Ravens make it out of the first round, I want to see the Steelers. But the only way to see the Steelers in the next round would be
Conference championship.
Oh yeah, I would have to wait till the conference championship, or I think the Colts would have to win, if I'm not mistaken. If the Colts win, then
If the Colts win, they come to Arrowhead.
Exactly. So I mean, that's what's hard for me because on one hand, I want to see the Browns send the Steelers home with their tails between their legs. Because of all the talk that they've had, and I'm sure Steelers fans are like, "Oh, the Browns are the Browns." Especially now that Juju said it, they're really saying the Browns are the Browns.
They're scared. And the thing is, the fans are scared because they're talking all this Mac shit of like, yeah, but you beat backups. Yeah, but you barely squeaked by Baltimore's backups on a Wednesday night game. So I don't want to hear it.
Right.
And again, Juju, turn in your man card when you get Von Bell again from Mac Wilson, Sendejo, whomever's back there. On those little short crossers, bye-bye.
Right. I just, because I would love to see the Steelers get bounced out in the first round. Just because, when I tell you the most toxic fan base, if not second, in the NFL has been talking this year about squeaking by everybody, their backups, and their mamas. I swear, they've been sneaking by every single team they played this year and a couple of practice squad teams, and they snuck into the AFC North. They literally, if the Colts finish, I swear, if the Colts finish, and let's just say the Browns, pull it off against the Jets, they're playing for the AFC North title in Week 17 after starting 11-0. Let's not forget, this team started 11-0 and ended up 11-5. What was it? Or
12-4.
12-4. They started 11-0, ended up 12-4. Think about that. The rest of the AFC North was 11-5. Remember that. The rest of the AFC North was 11-5. But people forget that. The Steelers are not a good football team. They're just not. The way they play does not lend its hand very well to anything. I mean, especially with the playoffs. The playoffs are about spreading the ball around, but the playoffs are about running the football too. You got to be physical at some point in time, and the Steelers can't do it. The Browns, on the other hand, can definitely do it. They got one of the best tandems in the league, and you could venture to say the best tandem in the league with Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb. So there's a part of me that wants the Steelers to win this because I want to see the Steelers again. But then, dude, there's another part of me that wants to see them get bounced out in the first round. Like, I want to see them get bounced out in the first round so I can freaking laugh. And Ben can say, well, I think I'm going to retire this. I want to see it. I want to freaking see it. I'm going with the Browns.
Hey, Ben, how you feeling?
I want to see it. Regardless, if they do play us, I don't see them getting past us either. So I mean, either way, they're not gonna see very many very many playoff games this year. I think the Browns win this football game. I want to go for the Steelers just because I want to see them again. I've already said my desired intake, but if the Steelers get bounced out in the first round and I can just laugh at them from a distance, I'll take that too. I'll take that too, and I'll laugh to the bank with that one too. But nonetheless,
take the reverse spiteful pick.
There we go. Yep, I'm gonna go with the Browns. It would be nice to see Baker. Yeah, I think it would be nice to see Baker get a playoff win too, just because everything he's done for this franchise. I mean, from the moment he stepped on the field, you could see the emotion. You could see how excited he was to be out there and how happy he was to be out there and what kind of energy he gave this team just from that very first moment. So it's like, I mean, let's reward the guy. And luckily they got
Maserati.
I'm going with the Browns. My homeboy. What would you? What? Who do you want to pick?
Who am I picking here? I'm gonna go with the Brownies here. I mean, that's why I picked this color T-shirt here. The Steelers suck. Like they suck. That's all I'm saying. Like they should not be in the playoffs. The Bengals are better than them. No, that's going a little too far there. But yeah, Browns are winning here. It's going to happen. The Browns are going to win a playoff game. Wait, did they win in 2002? I don't remember. Did they? Well, I wasn't old enough. I don't think
They should have. They got out to this massive lead, and they let them come back to Tommy Maddox.
Was it a wild card game?
And if anybody's ever, yep.
So they're going to get a playoff win here. They're gonna break that drought.
Dennis Northcutt. All you had to do was catch that pass from Holcomb, and that would have put him further ahead. And they had a pass out to the sideline when there was however many seconds left, whatever, and catch the ball, and the guy just couldn't quite get out of bounds to stop the clock, and the clock ran out. That was heartbreaking.
Yeah, so there's gonna be a lot of record-breaking things that's happening. Like a lot of things are gonna get broken this week. The Browns are gonna win a playoff game, and Lamar Jackson is finally gonna win a playoff game. It's gonna happen. It happens this week. A lot of breaking stuff going to happen.
Okay. Let's get to Casey. What are you thinking on this one?
I think Pittsburgh's gonna get too cocky, like they always do. And I think Cleveland gets that W. I think Cleveland moves on. Oh man. Then if Indy wins, it's Cleveland. Ooh. Me and Adam might not be friends next week.
We weren't friends week 5, so it's good.
Wait. If Indy wins, if Indy wins, they would come to Kansas City.
Yeah, that's true because we're right.
Because they're the highest seed. They're the 7th seed.
Yeah, they're the 7th. Okay, that's right.
No, but if Indy loses, and if the Browns win, then they come to KC.
I'm trying to look at the bracket right now.
The bracket shows if Baltimore wins, they go to Kansas City.
No, Kansas City gets whatever the lower seed is.
Yeah,
so
we get
the Colts win, then they go to Kansas City regardless. If let's say the Bills win and the Browns win, the Browns go to Kansas City. The bracket's it's weird. It's not like an actual bracket. They just throw teams around in the bracket to make it work. I've noticed that too because somebody on Facebook had asked about that. They were like, so the Kansas City will play the 2 seed in the second round, and no, it's weird. Like I said, I don't know why. I'm not sure why they do that at all. I have no earthly idea why they do that, but who knows?
Yeah, because based on this, based on like what I'm looking at, like if Baltimore or Tennessee win, they would face Tennessee or Kansas City.
Right.
So it would just be this weird inversion or whatever. That's I'm like it's not a true bracket.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a true bracket. It's not a true bracket. I'm gonna try to pull it up if I can. I just can't. There's a bracket out there that you can actually fill in as you go along, and I can't remember what the site is, but anyway, let's jump into the NFC real quick, and I'll keep trying to look into it as best I can here. Let's see. What about the Rams and the Seahawks? I think it was Rams and the Seahawks. Rams and the Seahawks. Eh? Of course, I took my schedule off the thing like an idiot. But the Rams and the Seahawks. This is an interesting game too. Don't know if Jared Goff is playing yet. Don't know if they've announced it yet or not.
I think he's been practicing, but I don't know. Like, because he hurt his thumb or something. Like
he broke it.
He has surgery on his thumb. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a tough one. I'm gonna go with the Seahawks just because I think the Rams without as many people don't believe in Jared Goff, but the Rams without Jared Goff are not the same team. So I think the Seahawks are gonna win this game. Let's go to Justin.
I mean, yeah, I don't know if Jared Goff is going to be playing this game, and regardless, I'm going to go who's ever playing for the Rams. I'm going to go with the Seahawks to win here. I mean, yeah, Seahawks are winning here.
All right, Adam.
Yeah, I'm going to go to the Seahawks too. It's just such a question mark with Goff, and even if he plays, how close to 100% is he going to be? I mean, granted, even a downgraded Goff is still pretty good, and McVay's a good play caller. But I don't think this is going to be a little bit of the Russ show, and I think him and Metcalf are going to have a big game. And plus, Seattle's defense has been on the rise, even though Seattle's offense has kind of been on the downswing. But playoff football, I think Carroll will have those guys ready. But yeah, I'll go Seahawks.
All right, let's go to Casey.
I'm skipping this game because I promised I would never pick the Seahawks, and the Rams don't look like they're gonna win.
So he's going with the refs.
Wait,
that's not eligible.
I'm going with the refs. I'm going with the. Nope, the refs are always eligible. Every time.
So the refs are going to the Super Bowl.
Is
that correct?
The refs go to the Super Bowl.
The refs could literally catch. The refs could actually catch a pass and run it into the end zone and then pick which team they want the points to go to. Little known facts about the NFL. It's a fact.
That's a way to do it. The Washington football team and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I heard somebody say that Washington was going to win this freaking football game. Do they hate Brady? They must hate Brady, right? Like I think they really do. This one's tough here. This one's tough here. Jeez, man. I don't think this one's that tough. The Tampa Bay is going to win. If there's one team that's going to win by a million, it's going to be Tampa Bay. But the Washington's defense is really good. So, I mean, I can't even say that with a straight face. But, nonetheless, I think Tampa Bay wins this game, and I think it could get ugly. It's not like Washington hasn't been blown out this year. They got a good defense, but they've been blown out before. So, let's get to let's go to Adam.
Washington football team with the upset. This is going to be a one-man wrecking crew in the form of Chase Young. He has said it. He goes, I want Tom Brady. Everybody knows that is a grown-ass man. I'm seeing sack strip fumbles. For the record, touchdowns. For the record, Adam, Earl Thomas said we're going to hit him in the mouth and got turned around. I'm just saying. For the record now. Now, I mean, I know Tom Brady and Derrick Henry are the same person. But, for the record, calling out your opponent has not worked for everybody. Yeah, but the thing is, calling out the opponent is different when you don't dance on the team's logo. But Chase Young is going to dance on the old decrepit ass that is Tom Brady. And watch out for Montez Sweat. And Alex Smith, he's already going to get the comeback player of the year. And all you got to do is just not turn the ball over. But not turn that ball over and don't give it back to him.
Wait a minute, Adam. I mean, I understand. But how the heck is Washington gonna move the football?
Chase Young's going to come in as fullback and just run all over Tampa Bay.
Chase Young's gonna do it all, baby. He's gonna do it all. Justin.
It's gonna be a really interesting game tomorrow night. Like this isn't gonna be any easy win for the Bucks. Like no, this is gonna be an easy win for them because that defense for the Washington football team is real. And you know they could make a run here, but then I have to hear from Casey saying, "Oh, Washington football team's going to the Super Bowl."
But do you want to see that, or do you want to hear the Tom Brady fanboys out there?
You're right, but I think I might have to stay safe here and go with Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Okay.
Casey, if they get blown out, I apologize.
All right, Casey.
Whoever made this schedule is a bitch. Why you gotta put my football team against the Bucks in the first round?
The Young Bucks?
Because I can't pick both. I can't do it. No, not the Young Bucks. No. I can't do it. I can't pick both. It's not possible. Can't do it. You can't do it. Oh, God. You know what? Time got enough. I want the Bucks to win and get a Super Bowl, but time got enough. We're going with the football team. They hungry. They want it. I'm sorry, Tampa, but
they're going to be out there like Kamala.
Next year.
They're going to be out like the Ugandan giant today.
Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness.
Why you draw a banana on my
belly?
A
banana? What?
What about
banana on my belly?
What about the Browns? Not the Browns, goodness.
We're going back to the Browns game?
No, we're not.
They're playing in both divisions? Both conferences?
Why can't I think? What's the playoff game? What is it? The Bears and the Saints.
Oh, yeah, Bears and the Saints.
The Bears.
For the Bears and the Saints, I'm going for the Bears upset. I'm going for the Bears upset. Cause I mean we gotta pick at least one upset, right? One. Give me one. Give me one upset. Come on, NFL. Give me one. Give me one. I don't trust the Saints. I don't know what it is, man.
If it's gonna be upset, it's gonna be with the Colts and the Bills.
There's something about it, man. I feel like it could happen. I got a feeling, that it could happen. Yeah, I got a feeling.
I got a feeling.
I got a feeling.
All right, playoff predictor thing is not going as planned here. I may just share the whole screen instead of doing it that way. But nonetheless, I don't know. But, interesting. I don't know how to feel. Yeah, I'm going with the Bears upset. Let's go to Casey.
I never thought I would be able to say this in a playoff game. I really didn't. I never thought it would happen. But you know what I'm going with? I'm going with the Bears.
I mean, this is your moment, Casey. This is your moment to finally say
the Bears.
That.
The Bears.
Yeah, but it is indeed your moment to say those words.
I
are you sure?
Call one Bears game. I really want to call one Bears game so every time they go for a touchdown, I can go touchdown. The Bears.
All right, Adam, come on, go with the upset. You won't.
What is wrong with you people? Bitch Trubisky ain't going to do nothing on that Saints defense. I don't care if they had that stretch of games where he looked good. He played garbage teams. Garbage teams. He's going to go in there and he's going to get smothered. He's going to come back to earth, and his ass is going to be out of Chicago in the offseason. So, not defrauds, but
come on, he don't deserve that. He don't deserve that. He don't deserve that. Come on.
I honestly don't hate Mitch. I think it's just fool's gold with this little run that he had.
It ain't Mitch's fault, man. It ain't his fault.
It's not. It's more Nagy's fault than anything. They have not done anything to adapt to his skill sets.
That is true. Well, they did, and they had success with it.
Unless David Montgomery can just go off, maybe. But I just think this is a trudging by the Saints.
Okay. I'm trying to do this little playoff predictor thing, but it's not really going as planned as I want it to.
I think you go to the next week.
I do like the picture of that dog though.
Yeah, it's a very cute dog. I'm trying to bring.
I think you see where it says.
What website is that?
I just thought this would be nice to see, but this is not going ideally.
Yeah, go. It
What
says.
website is that? I want to see the dog.
It may not. It's an ad. So
DJ, I do not like your scheme of things.
my scheme of things is not working.
I just want to know what the website is, and this man ain't telling
It's
us.
called playoffpredictors.com.
Oh.
You see where it says week wildcard?
I'm telling you, the dog's not going to be there. It's called an ad. It's an ad.
I don't believe it. I think that dog is there.
Oh, doggy, if you move. if you move.
All right. Well, whatever. I tried.
Not in the past, but in the recently.
All right. Let's do.
I'm full up to here.
All right. So, Adam, I'll start with your full-fledged
predicted this
playoff.
game.
Oh, go ahead, Justin, and give your full playoff predictions after that too. Why not?
My full who I think's going to win the Super Bowl.
Yes, even though we already know it, but yes.
Okay. So I think the Saints are going to win this game here. I agree with Adam, 100%. Agree with Adam. The Saints are winning here. They're going to win. Bears aren't winning.
I mean, they were only the frauds because of Nick Foles. I mean, that was it.
They were the frauds before Foles got in.
No, they was good then.
Frauds.
They was good then, brother. They was good then.
Okay, but now
for the moment we've all been waiting for.
The moment we all been waiting for. Who's going to the Super Bowl? It's going to be the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, of course, versus the Tampa Bay.
Terrible.
Or Tampa Tom. That's what it's going to be.
Didn't you just say Washington was going to win?
What did you say?
I said, didn't you just say Washington was going to win?
No, I didn't say Washington was going to win. I said Tampa Bay's winning. Terrible.
Tampa.
Because when I was at Shields today, I saw a Tom Brady jersey there, and I go like, hey, this is going to be the matchup. It's going to be Mahomes and Brady.
Okay. If you say so. I'll believe you for now. Oh man. Let's go to Adam. I'll save myself for last, I suppose.
See, this is. I'm going to have a caveat.
Uh-oh.
Just bear with me on this. With my head is telling me that it's going to be Green Bay and Kansas City in the Super Bowl.
A Midwest Super Bowl.
It could be. Again, it could be a weird circumstance where actually I shouldn't say weird, but the Seattle can still make a run. But again, just like Russ is the only guy out of the remaining teams that can go to Lambeau and give the Packers a game. Again, it came down to the wire last year, so again, that's not out of the realm. But it's just, to me, I don't see the Saints going up there and winning in the cold. If for some reason
they only got to
Bears
throw the
take it
ball
through.
2 yards, Adam. I mean, they only throw the ball 2 yards, so they should be fine. The cold should not affect Drew.
This is true, and you have Alvin Kamara and Latavius Murray. So my heart, my head is telling me Chiefs and Packers, but in my heart of hearts, I think it could be Packers versus Bills.
Wow.
I believe maybe with the exception of us. I take my bias out of it. I truly believe, other than us, the Bills can go point for point with KC. Not that KC, but with the Chefs.
And also, back about that game with the Bills and the Chiefs. Like I said, we could have very little lost that game, and the weather had a lot to do with that game. Also, like really, really rainy during that game.
And that's what I'm saying. And two completely different teams now.
Two.
And it's the same thing I would say, like the Pittsburgh and Cleveland. Pittsburgh was a different team week 6, as were we. We have switched roles. We became one of the better prolific offenses in the NFL, and Pittsburgh was on the downside. Because, again, nobody was afraid of Ben. Everybody started pushing further and further into the box. So, but anyway, no. Either way, but this is the joy. This is the joy of the playoffs, whatever, though, thinking up of all these different scenarios and things like that. But, I will go with my head on this, and I will say it'll be the Packers and the Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
Okay. Casey. This is so difficult. Casey, you there? Calling on line 1.
Earth to Casey.
So I'm talking, fool. You don't hear the words that are coming out of my mouth.
What twat did you say? I can't hear you.
Terrible.
So we're taking the Super Bowl. Who are we think we're going to go in the Super Bowl?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, who's going to make it to the date?
On this one. Going with my head on this one. It's going to be the football team and the Browns.
He's going with his heart on this one. That's what he's actually going.
The Super Bowl.
That's his heart.
People's brains would melt.
So wait, your heart is where your head's at.
My head and my heart are the same thing. They want this. They want this so bad. I want the what the fuck Super Bowl. I do. I really do.
I mean, crazy year already in 2021.
This is true. I'm that's my pick. I'm going with it. I'm going with the Browns and the football team.
I ain't mad at it. I'm not mad at it.
I don't. And I think the Browns would take it. I think the Browns would take that one. I do.
Bask in his glory, for he is limitless.
All right, I'm gonna do 2 sets. I'm gonna do one with the Ravens, of course, and one without them for kicks and giggles. On the NFC side, I don't trust the Packers. Don't trust the Bears. Don't trust the Saints. Don't really trust the Seahawks, but they can do it.
I'm just saying this too. The only reason why I say Packers is just because they have home field advantage.
That's true.
Yeah, go with Tampa, Tom.
I think I gotta go with Tampa. I don't know what it is, man. I don't know what it is about that boy Tom. He just, I just feel like he could turn it on in the playoffs. I don't think Mike Evans is done. I think he looked done, but I don't think he is from what it sounded like. It's either going to be the Seahawks or the Buccaneers. I'm gonna go with the Seahawks. I don't know. It's something about the Buccaneers and it's something about the Seahawks that I just really like. They just kind of have that kind of it about them that can make them in, so that could get them to where they want to get.
Tampa's got the goat, and Seahawks has the experience.
But then I don't know, like, if Tampa was the highest remaining seed, I don't know if they end up beating the Packers though either. I think that would be a tough one. It would be tough for them to beat the Packers. But so let's just say hypothetically that's what happens. Let's say they face the Packers and the Packers end up beating them in the second round. So that's why I'm going with the Seahawks. So I'm gonna go Seahawks and Chiefs as my non-favoritism pick, even though I could see the Chiefs flopping in the first round. But yeah, I'm going Chiefs Seahawks, and I think Russ gets his revenge from the last time they were in the Super Bowl and they didn't run the ball. I don't know. That's tough. I don't know. That's kind of tough because yeah. I'm going Seahawks Chiefs. In terms of favoritism, let's see. Screw it. Let me have the Packers. Since I am so anti Aaron Rodgers, not anti Aaron Rodgers, but he's all the hype, but not at the same time. So let's just for kicks and giggles, Packers, Ravens would be my favoritism aspect, and the Ravens win it because the Packers run defense is suspect. And their play against mobile quarterbacks is also suspect. So
let me say one more. I gotta say one more.
Go ahead.
Let me get my non-favorite. Okay, so since you did one, I'm gonna do one. So my non-favorite would be
he made Adam leave.
Seahawks and probably the Ravens. Seahawks and Ravens. Yeah, that'd be my non-favorite.
Okay. I don't know. I've been saying it for a while. Like, what was it? I don't remember what week it was, but there's just something about this Ravens team that's different to me. Last year was too easy. Like, not to say that they will win the Super Bowl, but this would be a year that they would because they're weird. They like the sneak in, underdog, go on a run type Super Bowls. They're just weird like that. So I think that's what they want, and Lamar has not been shy about what he wants in his career. He said it on draft night, so he has not been shy, and I guess maybe that's where the pressure comes from, because he has not been shy. Adam, you're funny, but nonetheless, he has not been shy about what he wants, and I think he's going to get it. Could be this year. I wouldn't be surprised if it was this year. I hope it's this year. But I think this is one of those years of adversity. The Chiefs had to do the same thing last year. Every team has to go through some sort of adversity to get through there. Patrick Mahomes' knee was like it was in another part of his body at one point last year, and he came back. He came back like a couple weeks later because he's double jointed and weird, and won the Super Bowl. So I think we keep the train going. And the MVP that turns cover athlete turns Super Bowl champion into Super Bowl MVP. I think just keep the trend going. Just keep it going. We just got to keep the trend going. So that way, when Phillip Rivers is on the cover or Baker is on the cover next, I'm just trying to keep the trend. If we're gonna do the train, but nonetheless, if I have to be impartial, but nonetheless, very interesting show. Anybody else got any final thoughts on what they feel? Adam, Casey, do you want to, if the Colts make the Super Bowl, who you'd like to see them face? Or if the Browns make the Super Bowl, who you'd like to see them face? For kicks and giggles. I know Casey's already given his if the Browns make it, because, You're muted, by the way.
The Colts make the Super Bowl. Who do I want to see them face?
You gotta go with Tampa.
Hold on. Let me.
He wants to see the Bears again because that brings back fond memories.
I don't. You know what? Yeah. Yes. Yes. Colts Bears rematch. Yeah.
Or he wants to see Tampa Tom, because
can beat
that
him
brings
again.
back all kinds of memories too. Patriots and Colts, but now it'd be Tom and the Buccaneers and the Colts. That'd be interesting. Anyway,
Yeah,
Adam.
but it's not the same. It's not
true.
Peyton and Tom.
That's true. Adam, do you want to give if the Browns make it, who do you like to see them face? Type deal.
If they were to make it, I would. That'd be really cool. I mean, it could be any of those guys. I would love to see the Browns send Tom on his merry way in that instance. But big thing is, like, I would want to face the Saints just so you could have a revenge from losing to them a few years ago because we didn't have a kicker then. But yeah, I could, again, it could be any of it. It could be the Packers, could be the Saints, could be Tampa, even the crazy thought of Washington if that was feasible. But picking one, I would say the Saints.
Okay. Definitely fun here. I did for the record. I was during the whole COVID situation with the Ravens, and they were spiraling out of control, and they were losing 4 or 5 games. I texted one of the other Ravens YouTubers, and I was like, this would make a good America's Game, and that's all I said. And everybody, of course, knows America's Game is the little Super Bowl documentary. But I was like, this would make a really good America's Game story. And then I just kind of did the little upside down smiley face emoji because hopefully. But nonetheless, definitely exciting for the playoffs. Excited for the playoffs. Should be an exciting time. I'm hoping that hoping to see some teams here on some revenge. But it should be fun. I'm excited. Starts tomorrow, and then through Sunday, and then of course we'll be back with the with the divisional round predictions and conference round predictions and Super Bowl predictions later on in the coming weeks as well. But nonetheless, definitely hope you guys enjoyed the show today. Other than that, we'll see you guys on whatever the next video may be. Didn't expect this to go this long, but it was a good discussion nonetheless. But we'll see you guys on whatever the next show thing type deal may be. Definitely hope you guys enjoyed. See ya then.